I seriously can't with these two anymore. The selfishness is just too much. This is going to be another video that you're going to hear me talking, and I'm not going to edit it, so it's going to be very raw. If this sounds interesting to you, stick around. It's going to be great. Before we begin, here's the intro. Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. Another day, another example of how selfish these two are, how self-absorbed they are. And yeah, so we're going to talk about this right now. The California wildfires are raging. There are two huge ones, the Eaton fire and the Pacific Palisades fire. I pretty much grew up around both of the regions that these fires are, so I'm very familiar with the area, the traffic, and all of that. Entire cities have been ravaged. People have lost their homes. They have nothing left of their homes. And these two, Harry and Meghan, thought it would be a great idea to drive down from their Montecito mansion along the 101 freeway to, I don't know. I don't know what they did here. I don't know why they came. I don't know what the purpose was, but we're going to talk about it. I will show you maps showing you exactly why this is problematic and why it's so selfish. And yeah, I would love to hear all of your commentary as well, so drop that in the comments as we go through this. First, let's start with that article. The article is titled, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle Make Surprise Appearance in LA Amid Raging Wildfires. The Sussexes had previously called on people to donate to relief funds. Why didn't you do the same? Why did you have to physically show up? Just donate money and don't put yourself on the roads where people are trying to evacuate. The article begins, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made an unannounced visit to the community of Pasadena on Friday, January 10, to volunteer alongside Chef Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen. Just a couple of months ago, didn't we hear from their Montecito neighbors that they don't contribute to the community over there? Why do they have to drive over 100 miles to come help another community? It's because of the exposure. That's the only reason. These people do not care at all. It's all about press, money, fame, all superficial things. The article continues, the two were pictured by members of the community who had been impacted by the Eaton fire, which has destroyed 15,000 acres and is still burning after 3 days. Hello understands that during the visit, they also served meals outside the Pasadena Convention Center where WCK was set up, and they were joined by Jennifer Newsom, the wife of California governor, and met with elderly individuals and families who had been displaced. Look at her behavior, how interested she is. She can't even bother listening to this woman. She's looking around to see if she can get someone else's attention. And what about here? She notices Harry's talking to someone else and she dismisses this woman so that she can go talk to whoever Harry's talking to. Yeah, that's showing great interest into these people. The article continues, they also visited the Pasadena Rose Bowl where they met and thanked Fire Chief Marone and his team from the LA County Fire Department and members of CAL FIRE and the Pasadena Police Force. So let me get this straight. These people are actively fighting fires, fighting crimes, making sure people are evacuated, trying to stop any looting from happening, and they have to take time out of their precious day to entertain Harry and Meghan? I was watching the news today and they were saying that these people that are working, these first responders that are working, they work 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So this was done either during their break of 12 hours where they had to, instead of resting and eating and relaxing, they have to talk to Harry and Meghan, or it was while they were on shift. So maybe extra work was being put on their coworkers. It's just unbelievable. Like the rage I feel right now, it's unbelievable. The article continues, during their visit, they donated clothing, children's items, and other essential supplies to the main donation center. Meghan wore a pair of black jeans and a blue chambray shirt, I think that's how you pronounce it. And Harry wore chinos and a polo shirt. They both wore N95 masks. No, they didn't. They had the N95 masks around their necks. Again, I was watching the news today because I live in the area. I have family and friends in the area. And they were saying that the air quality is so poor that if you're outside for more than 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that you have a mask on because it's not healthy. So in order to be recognized, these two literally like risk their lives, let junk and crud and whatever go into their lungs so that they could be pictured. And I recognize that there's other people in these photos that also don't have their masks. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Harry and Meghan. The visit comes after it was revealed that the pair had made financial donations to relief efforts through their Outrage Foundation and had opened their Montecito home to loved ones who were forced to evacuate. Okay, so first of all, who wouldn't open their mansion to loved ones who are forced to evacuate? Please tell me this. Please tell me how they are going above and beyond what normal people, what healthy people, what the average person would do for their loved ones if they had a mansion. I don't understand it. Secondly, why are the donations made through Archwell and not personally? And who are the donations made to? I want to know exactly where that money went, how much they gave. Otherwise, I don't believe it. This is something that they do allegedly all the time. I just don't believe it. You know, the proof is in the pudding. So now I want to get into this disgusting display. This is them visiting the city of Altadena. I have family that lives in Altadena. Their homes are gone. The city itself is leveled. In order to prevent looting, the National Guard has been called to make sure that the only people that go into these areas are the homeowners. Why are Harry and Meghan over there? Why are they stepping on the properties of people who have lost their homes? And just remember that the vehicle in this photo, I'll get to that in a minute, they shock and astonish me every single time. Typically, driving from Santa Barbara County to Pasadena, you would take the 101 freeway. It turns into the 134, and then you get on the 210, you end up in Pasadena. I'm sure this is the road that they took. I would venture to say it's about an hour and a half drive, assuming very little traffic, but we always have traffic, and that region that they're driving on the 101 is literally going past the Pacific Palisades fire. Our local news has been telling Southern Californians, don't drive if you don't have to drive. We want to be able to make sure that the roads are empty so people that need to evacuate can evacuate, so emergency vehicles can make it to where they need to go. These two imbeciles with who knows how many cars have traveled along these congested roads. I mean, the selfishness, I just seriously can't. I'm so angry about all of this. I'm going to close this video out by showing you a map of the fires that I took with a screen share or screen grab or whatever on my phone to show you the path so you can all see how these two traveled from Montecito to Pasadena, and they had to drive through the Pacific Palisades where the Palisades fire is. Okay, in the center of your screen is Altadena. To the south of that is that 210 freeway. You see how it'll go through Glendale. It'll keep on going, and there is where the Palisades fire is located. And if you continue on that road, the 101 freeway, you will end up, after a very long commute of probably about 100 miles, you'll end up in Montecito right there. So let's trace that back so you can see how they took the 101, they went south, there's the Palisades, and they ended up there. Unbelievable. The selfishness is like extraordinary. And remember that they probably were in multiple cars. I'm assuming. Don't they usually travel in like a 7-car convoy? So I'm curious to know what you all think about this. Yeah, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. This has me really fired up because it's my hometown. I have family and friends that live there that are evacuated. People I know have lost their homes. And to turn it into this charade, it's just infuriating. I mean, imagine I'm not that far away, but I won't get on the roads to go and visit people or help people because I want to make sure that emergency vehicles can get to where they need to get to so that people that need to evacuate can evacuate. It's unbelievable. So yeah, if this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Please leave me comments. I love hearing from all of you, and I can't wait to talk to you all soon. Goodbye.